My name is Kadambot Siddique. I'm Professor of Agriculture at the University. Sorry, I'm looking. I should be looking at him.
It's fine, it's fine.
Okay. I'm Kadambot Siddique, Professor of Agriculture at the University of Western Australia. I'm also the Director of the University of Western Australia's Institute of Agriculture. I'm here to attend and deliver a keynote talk at the 4th International Agronomy Conference in New Delhi. And I've been invited to give a talk on the role of conservation agriculture in dryland systems, and I just delivered that. So the drylands occupy about 34% of the global terrestrial area, and it is a home for more than 2.5 billion people. So in drylands, the main issues are, it all depends upon rainfall. As the climate is changing, the rainfall is variable, and hence agriculture is the main occupation. And about 80% of the farmers in dryland are resource poor, so they need different technologies in order to produce more crops per unit of water. So globally, there has been significant research and development going on, including in India and Australia. So we can learn lessons by coming for this sort of conferences and working towards adaptation and mitigation strategies in order to combat climate change and develop technologies that can be translated to resource-poor farmers all over the world, particularly in India. So the conservation agriculture is based on three pillars. One is no-till. Traditionally, farmers have been plowing their land many times, but the new technology, the conservation agriculture says, we do not plow the land. Retain as much of crop residue, both below ground and above ground, so that the soil health, soil carbon, organic matter is built up. The second aspect is that by traditional plowing, we delay the planting because the farmers have to plow, then wait for some time, plow again. Whereas in the conservation agriculture, we can plant the crop early. That means the crop will grow faster and they will use the water and resources more efficiently and produce more yield. The second aspect is that leave some residue so that the ground is covered. If you keep the field exposed to sunlight, a lot of water is lost. The third aspect is that you have a rotation. So just monocropping of rice, wheat, etc. is not the way to go. The more the crops, the more the diversity in the landscape, the farmers can be more resilient to climate change, market fluctuations, etc. These are all very good in theory, but in practice, you need the machinery, you need the herbicides, etc. In developed countries where conservation agriculture is highly adopted, such as Australia, United States, Brazil, and so on, they use large machinery. Whereas in places like India, we cannot use large machinery because the size of the farm is generally small. So what is needed then is develop small machinery adapted to local conditions so we can do that. And also, individual farmers will not be able to buy small machinery, so we need to look at the farmers' cooperative. So the net result is that we can save the money, we can plant early, we can have better use of rainfall and better yield and also better stability. So one of the ways in which farmers' profitability can be increased is conservation agriculture together with new varieties, adequate application of fertilizers, herbicides, etc. So the focus of the 4th International Agronomy Conference is sustainable production of crops and energy by less impact on environment. So we have number of invited talks, contributed talks. So the scientists from 20 countries are coming to India, interact with Indian scientists, and within that we will be able to have a better future by developing new technologies. We can exchange information. We can develop key papers which then guides the policy makers. For example, the Prime Minister of India, Honorable Narendra Modi, has declared that he would like to increase the farmers' income double by 2022. So it's a very aspirational goal. And we can achieve that by collectively working both nationally and internationally on topics of relevance to India and other places. I think my main message is that there is a lot of technology coming. There's a lot of technology has been developed by Indian Council of Agriculture Research and state universities. But the main message I would like to give to the policy makers, we must give a lot of emphasis in translating that knowledge to the resource poor farmers. We need to have policies in place so that the farmers will adopt those technologies at a rapid rate. No point in adopting after 20 years. The third message is that would like to see young farmers coming forward, taking farming as a challenge, and also young students undertaking scientific studies programs in agriculture and related areas. We'd also like to see integrated system rather than components operating. I think there is a tendency in India where, for example, agricultural universities now have been divided into a number of universities in their own discipline. I think that's not a good strategy. We need to integrate, bring all aspects of agriculture so that India can have a bright future. So good policy, good environment where both farmers, researchers all get benefits.